Hi guys, welcome back for another video. I noticed I've got some new subscribers, so welcome to those of you who are new. I thought today somebody had messaged me to say that they would be interested in learning more about how I planned for children. And you know, many of you who have children know that they are very expensive. Now, the children themselves, or the child, in my case, themselves, on their own are actually not that expensive. I mean, yes, you'll have some upfront costs, you know, things like buying cots and all the rest of that sort of stuff, which are the sort of immediate things that you need for a child. But really, the thing that I find most expensive for me is really childcare. And so it's even more important for you to budget when you are planning to have children. Here are some of the steps that I took in order to help me and my husband or our family plan for having children. So number one, understand what your annual budget is. Your annual budget is going to be able to tell you how much you need to save for the time that you intend to take off, if you intend to take time off work. Because understanding that kind of tells you that, you know, let's say your household expenses, in our case, in the past, was somewhere in the region of about £30,000. It was a little bit less than that, but you know, I added in holidays and other sort of luxury things in there. So roughly about 30,000 was our household budget. So that's how much I knew that we needed to save in order for me to have a full year of work. The second thing that you need to be aware of is understanding what your company's maternity policy is. Now, if you're a lady, I would really suggest that you are a little bit savvy about the types of companies that you try to work for. Now, I'm not saying just go go and work at, Google or, some big, Fortune 500 or, some multi-billion pound company just to get good maternity. But for the most part, those companies do offer you better maternity than the statutory maternity. So statutory maternity pay, as of the time of recording this video, is you get 6 weeks of your ordinary salary paid at 90%. Then after that, you get statutory maternity pay. And that is, at the time of recording this video, which is sometime, is it the 1st of May? It is the 1st of May, £151.97. So that's what you're kind of playing with. So bear that in mind, because it's not a lot of money and it's not going to be able to get you very far. Now that you know what your annual expenses are and you know how much money potentially that you could be getting from your employer, that will tell you or help you work out how much money you need to save in order to be off work. So then you have to consider that there are immediate costs associated with having children. And those costs are literally things like, new clothes, bottles, a cot, a stroller. There's like a whole plethora of things that you're going to need when you have a child. But, I would essentially stick to the basics. A way to cut down on costs as well that I didn't do was not to buy new stuff. I mean, if you've got family and friends who are willing to gift you stuff that is secondhand and it's in good quality, I would absolutely say you should take it. I think when you're a new parent, you have that thing where you want to buy everything new, and it's like, like you've made that special decision to buy this and buy that. So you get kind of like quite, I don't know, you're a little bit precious about these things, and you kind of want the best for your baby, and you might end up overspending, which I kind of did when I think about it. And I've got lots of stuff that my daughter has never worn. So just be mindful of like overspending on things that you don't necessarily need. Number 5 is to get a maternity exemption certificate. Now, what is this? This is basically a certificate that says you are pregnant and therefore allows you to have free treatments, like free dental treatments, and also free prescriptions on the NHS. Now, I believe a prescription, it keeps going up and up, but I believe it's about £9 something. And when I find it, I'll put it, down below somewhere. But yeah, it's over £9 for a prescription. So you need to be mindful that you don't want to be kind of buying medicines when you don't really need to. And I'm not saying that you should just go to the doctor and, try and get medicines that you could easily get over the counter. But if you're on a budget, then I would highly recommend that you get yourself that maternity exemption certificate in order to save, a little bit of money. It's not huge amounts, but, it's something. And also the other thing to be aware of is that when you're pregnant, your teeth are a lot weaker. For various reasons I don't really know, but from something I read, that is that the baby's kind of like taking all the nutrients and calcium out of your bones in order to grow, so it does weaken your teeth. So and it's really important that you get to the dentist on a more regular basis for that reason. So if for no other reason, even if the £9 or whatever it is for a prescription is like kind of neither here nor there to you, dental treatment is actually quite expensive. So I would highly recommend that you get that maternity exemption certificate. You can either get it from your GP or your general practitioner, or from your midwife. And I think when you go to your midwife appointment, you should ask for one, so they will give that to you. Other benefits you should look out for, and I mentioned this in a previous video, is find out what you're entitled to. So there's a website called entitled2.co.uk. I'll put that in the description box as well. Please pop on there, have a look, see what you're entitled to, enter in your salary, and it will give you an estimate of what you are literally entitled to in terms of state benefits. And then finally, it's really important that you let the tax office know that you are on maternity leave. Because when let's say you go onto entitled2.co.uk, and in my case, I wasn't eligible for child benefit. So the state then doesn't automatically know that you are on maternity leave when, you have that period of time where you're not actually earning any money. And so what happens is that the state doesn't help contribute towards your national insurance credits. And those national insurance credits are really important, because when you come to retire, whenever that is, the current age is 67, it could be like 90 by the time I'm ready to retire. It keeps going up and up, but you will have a gap in your national insurance, which means that you don't get the full state pensions. If you have an income of over £50,000, you will not be entitled to child benefit. So and that is a net income of £50,000. So after all of your taxes and all the rest of that sort of stuff is paid for, if you're still taking home £50,000 a year, you are not eligible for child benefit. So the reason why it's really important to tell the tax office is, number one, you need to write to them and say that you are not claiming for child benefit. Again, if you go on to.co.uk, entitled2.co.uk, and you check whether or not you are eligible, you should get the links to be able to apply for child benefit. So using those same links, follow it through to the government website, where you then say that you are not claiming for child benefit. They acknowledge you, send you a letter to say fine. So that means that in the time that you are not earning any money and you're not getting any sort of statutory maternity pay, you will have your national insurance, you will have credits applied to your national insurance. So that will ensure that you don't miss out on the full state pension. Well, I really hope that's been helpful, guys. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment box and I will try to reply, and I'll see you for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.